Traditional Catholic food.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna have wonderful looking kids.
They are very poopy right now.
State legislature will not defend recently. Law has been tied up in courts, and this is all.
You might want to trick or treat close to home.
Testing 1, 2, 3. This is Sean. Hello.
Mic check. 30's bound, 2 migrants. Hi, this is Monica. It's mic check inside the car. You don't hear my mic? Oh, yeah.
Mic check 1, 2, 3. 2, 3.
I'm on mic 2, female. Okay, let me just turn on again. Oh, it does say something about the signal thing is off.
Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mic check.
You still here?
I turned it off, turned it on. Okay, now I'm turning it on again, guys. 2, 3. Okay, mic check, Monica, mic check. Mic check, Monica, mic check. Okay, good. Thank you.
I got a problem.
Okay.
From KVOA, investigating for you. This is News 4 Tucson, live at 10.
Good evening, everybody, and thanks for joining us. I'm Sean Mooney.
And I'm Monica Garcia. The state legislature will not defend a recently passed state law that keeps Arizonans from taking video of police doing their job.
The law has been tied up in the courts, and this all but dooms the law from going into effect. News 4 Tucson's Eric Fink joins us tonight with the latest. Eric.
Sean, Monica, state lawmaker John Kavanaugh is on a mission to get a law passed that he says centers on police safety. Others take issue with that. And as this law is headed for defeat tonight, a First Amendment attorney has this message for Kavanaugh.
He should go waste his time on somebody else's dime and not the public's dime.
First Amendment lawyer Dan Barr says state lawmaker John Kavanaugh's bill that would make it illegal to record video of police doing their job from within 8 feet is plainly unconstitutional. On Friday, the state legislature said it won't defend the law, paving the way for this law to soon be thrown out.
No governmental body is defending this bill. That tells you everything you need to know about how even people in government thought it was nonsense.
Kavanaugh spent 20 years as a police officer in New York City, and he says he championed this bill to protect officers from distractions in potentially dangerous situations.
Nobody can tell me that there's nothing wrong with walking a foot behind a cop when the cop's engaged in police activity, that's perfectly okay. That's bad, and it should be illegal.
After Governor Ducey signed the bill in July, the ACLU and various media organizations sued, saying it violated the First Amendment.
Being able to film public servants who are engaging in their jobs is an important and constitutionally protected right that we have fought for and will continue to fight for to protect everyone in the state of Arizona.
Somewhere down the line, there has to be a reasonable balance between people's right to videotape police, which frankly they can easily do from 8 feet under my existing bill, and the safety of police officers.
Barr says there's already a law on the books in our state that forbids Arizonans from interfering with police doing their job. He also takes issue with the language of the law.
If I'm taking video of you holding my phone right now within 8 feet, I'm violating the law. But if I'm standing within 8 feet of you and holding up my phone and taking an audio recording of you, I'm not violating the law. I mean, how stupid is that?
Kavanaugh understands the law may be doomed for now, but he says he's not done.
I want this to go all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court, have it affirmed, so every state knows they can do this. I don't want this to be an isolated law that only protects Arizona cops. I welcome them to challenge this, and let's do it. And I'll keep coming back to the drawing board if I fail, because I'm going to get a constitutional way to protect cops.
I don't care how John Kavanaugh refurbishes this bill. It's going to be unconstitutional.
Now the judge has to make one more ruling in this case. The ACLU will be back in court in the coming days asking for a permanent injunction to throw out the law. I'm Eric Fink, News 4 Tucson.
Thank you, Eric. A woman in Phoenix faces multiple charges after leading deputies on a high-speed chase with migrants and her own 2 kids in the car. According to the Pinal County Sheriff's Office, it all started when deputies attempted to stop a Dodge Charger driving erratically early this morning. Authorities say a driver in a Hyundai then got involved and tried to run a deputy's vehicle off the road. Deputies called off the chase with the Charger and then went after the other vehicle. They say at times the driver of the Hyundai was going more than 100 miles per hour and had to be stopped with a spike strip.
And inside the car, authorities found 2 migrants and the driver's 5-month-old baby and a 1-year-old toddler. Pinal County Sheriff Mark Lamb says this is all too common operating procedure cartels use for smuggling.
This is common. The smugglers use it all the time. They bring the drugs in one vehicle, the people in the other, sometimes people in both, and sometimes the one is just a decoy vehicle.
Well, the driver, 19-year-old Alma Dominguez, has been booked into the Pinal County Jail on charges of aggravated assault, unlawful flight, and child abuse. The migrants were turned over to Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and the children are now in the custody of Child Protective Services.
The line of mourners waiting to pay their final respects to Queen Elizabeth II was so long it had to close for several hours after reaching full capacity.
Thousands waited up to 14 hours and over a 5-mile-long line to file past the Queen's coffin, where she will lie in state until Monday's funeral. NBC's Bree Jackson has details from London.
Waves of people making their way to London, coming from near and far to see Queen Elizabeth II lying in state.
It's been fantastic to talk to everyone as well and hear about where they've come from around the country is just incredible.
It's been closed until further notice.
Numbers grew so large that officials paused the queue for several hours Friday. Lines here in London to see Queen Elizabeth lying in state have resumed. Thousands of people have already seen the Queen and paid their respects. Inside Westminster Hall, a somber moment. King Charles III and his siblings holding a vigil for their late mother, standing in silence over her flag-draped coffin while mourners watched. Historic events like this have led to one of the largest protection operations in London history.
There is nothing that could probably possibly compare to not just what's gone on already, but what will occur on Monday at the state funeral.
Prince William and his wife, Princess Kate, watched as troops rehearsed for Monday's service. On Saturday, William will once again join his brother, Prince Harry, as the Queen's 8 grandchildren mount a vigil by her coffin.
I think the Queen herself, aside from the monarchy, has just been a shining example of service duty.
Royal family members expressing their gratitude. Prince Edward saying in a statement, "We have been overwhelmed by the tide of emotion." In London, Bree Jackson for NBC News.
David Bryant, Richard Casilli, Robert Carson. Of a prisoner alone.
Today's South Lawn Cemetery hosted a ceremony in honor of POW MIA Recognition Day. Every year, the 3rd Friday of every September is dedicated to remembering prisoners of war and those still missing in action. South Lawn's ceremony was presented by the local Vietnam Veterans of America chapter and the Disabled American Veterans Auxiliary Unit 2 with a City of Tucson proclamation from City Council member Richard Fimbres.
Today, the birthplace of the chimichanga turned 100 years old. Tucson staple El Charro Cafe celebrated the centennial with a big fiesta. Our very own Lupita Murillo emceed the event. There were some sweet deals on tap for patrons. For only 100 pennies, patrons were treated to margaritas, beers, and mini chimmies. Carlota Flores, owner of Flores Concepts Restaurants, that includes El Charro Cafe, says success has come through a total family effort for 5 decades, and she's not done yet.
I can't believe that it's already gotten to be that. We've been here, Ray and I, for 50 years. My kids are as tired probably as I am because they've all worked the business since they were little, and as you well know, I have a 48-year-old, a 54-year-old, a 53-year-old, so that's a long time. They're ready to retire. Me, on the other hand, I'm going to keep going. I have great people that work with us.
And if you know Carlota, she means it. Happy birthday to El Charro and the chimichanga. Matt.
Carlota looking great there, and if you're wondering where Paul Cicala was all day, those dollar chimichangas, he was just stuffing his face. I mean, I think he was up to a count of 435 by the time of the broadcast. All right, we got a big day tomorrow weather-wise and for the football game. Full forecast, keep it here.
Investigating for you. This is News 4 Tucson.
You're crazy.
You're just chasing his tail. Hi.
Hi.
All right, Friday night, you made it through your work week and lots to talk about, especially if you are going to be tailgating tomorrow for the Cats game. Playing a competitive, smaller school, but, you know, we'll see what happens. 99 toasty, light breeze tailgate time. It just depends on where exactly you are and at what time. I think we do hit triple digits again tomorrow. 85, beautiful for kickoff. That will be at 8 o'clock. And then clear, comfy, second half, 81 degrees. Today's top temp in the city of Tucson, 98. So we're building up a little bit of momentum, right? So it wouldn't be too outside of the box to say, yeah, 100, maybe 101. That's 2 degrees above average for this time of year. 20-year record was set back on this date back in 2018. 78 glorious degrees at Tucson International Airport. Dew point's 42 degrees. Winds light out of the south at 6 miles per hour. 28% the relative humidity. 72 cool spots Sabino Canyon. Westsiders 77, 79 Casas Adobes, and we got temps right at 60 in Tombstone. How about that? Lows tonight going to be refreshing. 50s and 60s across really all of southeastern Arizona. Good looking night of weather. Skies clear. We got an area of low pressure developing right here off of Vancouver Island. This will continue to drop to the south, and as it does, bring some much needed rain to California. We'll stall there for a couple of days, and this will interact with an area of high pressure over North Texas, and this will create sort of funnel, if you will, for moisture to come up. A little bit on Monday, but I think Tuesday and Wednesday, perhaps the most active days of weather. Forecast for your Saturday looks like this. We'll see triple-digit heat again. I think some afternoon gusts, not out of the question either. Looks like this. 101 tomorrow, sunny skies. 101 again on Sunday, so hot. 10% on Monday of showers, 20% chance Tuesday, 40 on Wednesday. That brings our daytime highs back to the low 90s. Fall starts on Thursday, 30% chance of storms, but before that, we are going to be feeling the heat. Now we're feeling the fever. It's Friday night. Here's the fever with Paul Cicala. Paul.
Feeling the fever for the flavor of some Friday football fever. I think we said fever a million times ago, but hey, you get the picture. Sports is coming right at you as David Kelly and I will bring you the Friday Football Fever, one of the most in-depth high school football shows in the border Southwest. South Point High School was hoping to open up its home football season tonight with a big upset over a Phoenix area power in 6A. Plus, Benson High School and Push Ridge duked it out while Amphi and Cienega took on teams from the north, plus highlights for Desert View, CDO, Sabino, Palo Verde, Douglas, Cholla, and then some. Next, as the Friday Football Fever is coming right at you. Hello, I'm Paul Cicala. That's me right there. And this is
David Kelly.
All right. Thanks. All right, DK's still not here, getting me scared here. Is there anything you could do with the newsroom there? All right, I'm trying to figure out the best way to not to have this stupid shine from that light. It's inevitable, I guess. So right here, nope. Right here, right here. All right, those guys holding hands.
to walk during the deal back to the band.
Okay, that's fine. Back to the BAM?
Yeah, because
How's your energy, Southern Arizona? It is now time for the Friday Football Fever, one of the most in-depth high school football shows in the border Southwest, representing the crazy AZ. Good evening to you. I'm Paul Cholla.
And I'm David Kelly. Hopefully they can hear me, Paul. It's our third Friday Football Fever of the season, yet it's the first week Tucson area teams like South Point Catholic are at home. We'll head out to their opener.
All right, the Lancers are now in 6A, and games have been much tougher for South Point this season. Other big matchups include Desert View at CDO and many other. But let's just get right to this Push Ridge game.
All right, in addition to this Push Ridge game here, let's talk about this. This was our Oasis Heating and Cooling game of the week. You've got an interception early in this ball game. How about that one from Andrew Holbert? And then the Lions in complete control. Bubba Mustaine showing off his cannon, the deep ball to Bryce Jewell. He was up for homecoming king lookalike, and on that one, 42 yards to the doorstep from the front door. You can't give Bubba this much time because Bubba is going to find somebody, and this time it's Jacob Newborn. And when I say Newborn, I mean just a 10th grader. 21-0 Push Ridge Christian. They've got one of the best linemen in Southern Arizona, Will Way, 6'4", 250 pounds. Get out of Will's way, showing no mercy. And then Dalton Crockett is going to overthrow Trenton Manzo there. How about a second interception for Andrew Holbert? Put him on the Player of the Week watch list. And hey, look, it's Bree from the class of 2022. You remember Bree? Great to see you, Bree. 59-0 on homecoming night at Push Ridge Christian. The Lions roar.
Out now to Central Tucson, flirting with the west side as the old Pueblo has continued to grow and the boundaries have been reshaped. All right, let's get going here as the video goes early for us. Carter Squires will find Will Clark for a touchdown for the Thunderbirds. Amphi trails 13-0, but there's lots of fight in Amphi. Emmanuel Silva will roll out and get the ball to Freddie Luna for the first down, Panthers. And on the next play, he will pitch the ball to Devin Quintero, and that is coming up. Quintero, the mero. The Panthers trying to move the ball forward, and on one play later, Emmanuel Silva has no protection as a Thunderbird player comes in for a quarterback sack. It was a difficult night for Amphi as they would go down big to Phoenix Thunderbirds, 55-7. Thunderbirds quarterback Carter Squires was a perfect 16 for 16 on the night.
This summer, Canyon Del Oro, and somebody had heisted the scoreboard. Just kidding, a storm took it away. A new one, though, is on the way. It is the third time here for Desert View trying to punt the ball, and the third time was the worst. VJ King of the Dorados all over it and in great position. And it's going to be Caden Doss, who's now Caden Goldentooth. He's got the inside handoff there to Kendrick Astacio. That's a touchdown. CDO takes a lead on Born in the USA night. Kid America was in the house. Alexander Zillman with the field goal. He is true. CDO up 10-0 at this point. Let's stay on that lineman thing. They've got one of the best in Southern Arizona. Sakili Woodard just slanging folks. More Stetsons in the house tonight. Desert View trying to generate some offense. Anai Parks to Justin Buccio. And check this out. A little elbow on Ethan Krominga, but you know what happens? Krominga gets the penalty for the second shove. Next play, Parks says it worked the first time. Let's do it again. Back to back. Brilliant grabs by Buccio. Touchdown Jaguars. It would be their only score of the night. Canyon Del Oro wins. And Paul, some kids' games are timeless. Duck, 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 duck. Eventually there's going to be a goose, but little sis took her time on that one.
From Oro Valley we go, let's head to Midtown where South Point High School had its home opener in front of hundreds of people. That's right, it is no secret, my friends. South Point High School has played some very, very tough competition this season now that the Lancers have moved up to the 6A level, and it didn't get any easier tonight as South Point would host a Phoenix area power Basha High School. Basha, of course, is unbeaten and coming off a big victory over California Power Los Alamitos on the road and a blowout of Mesa Desert Ridge as well. And here goes South Point High School on the field, headed right at you. As it was a packed house for the first home game of 2022. South Point would get the ball first, and quarterback Fredo Sotelo would have to scramble, and his pass will be picked off by Cole Martin from Basha High School. After that, Deshaun Buchanan will get the ball, and Basha is grinning and spinning all the way to the end zone. South Point trails 6-0, and off the kickoff, Gage Felix will get himself a nice little run, finding a small hole and getting a little bit out there, and Sotelo will start moving the ball for South Point. Here is Sotelo about to hit Armani Sheriff for the first down. A bit later, South Point Sotelo again will dump the ball off to Caden Myers, and Caden will take it down the sidelines. That is a first down for South Point. South Point playing well until this. Once again, Sotelo does a great job avoiding the rush. He's going to zigzag back the other way to the field, but he'll throw it across his body, and Vince Lenzi is there to pick it off. We'll speed it up just a bit to save some time there. You get the picture. It was a very tough night for South Point as the other team goes back and scores that touchdown on the pick six. They were trailing 13-0, never recovered. The Lancers fall to 1-2 at the 6A level this season after the 46-14 setback. All right, Sabino High School seems to be the class of 3A. After the break, we're going to catch up with them. And Palo Verde High School, of course, they're hoping to move to 4-0. And, of course, we're also far from over with because there is much, much more on the Friday Football Fever as everything in the Old Pueblo continues to wind down.
That's right, Paul. Cienega was hoping to stop another team from Phoenix as Millennium from Gilbert traveled down to Vail to take on the Bobcats in a battle of the unbeatens. Plus, Cholla and Douglas duked it out. We'll also have our play of the night. You don't want to miss that. We're coming right back here on Friday Football Fever.
How are we with time, by the way? God. We have to way better, man. I don't understand it, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, we have to keep it good. Don't say anything. Just say, yeah. Just say we're over. Come when we're coming back. Please, please, if you know what I mean.
Down. Step. One.
How's your energy, Southern Arizona? Welcome back to the Friday Football Fever, the most in-depth high school football show this side of the Santa Cruz River. I'm Paul Cholla.
And I'm David Kelly. And Paul, let's take this opportunity to remind everyone we've got all the scores from tonight's big matchups right below us on our ticker, sponsored by Toyota.
And beyond the scores, let's go ahead and get back into the highlights. Douglas High School headed to Cholla and the west side. The boys from Cochise County were hoping to take down the Cholla Chargers in a very explosive game on the opening kickoff. The ball is about to bounce around near the end zone, and Malachi Ifan will pick it up, and he will cut across the field and find a hole, and he is gone. Fast forward things a bit to fit more highlights in, but you get the picture. Cholla leads 7-0, and off the ensuing kickoff, this time Douglas High School is hoping to return the favor, and Alex Corrales says, my turn. Corrales is gone with the win. Pew, pew, pew. And in the blink of an eye, the score is now 7-7. Alex Corrales of Douglas answered with his own kickoff return for a TD. Equally impressive. And after that, Cholla's Ifan is at it again. Malachi breaking off. A little something, something. This game will go back and forth as the teams combine for 8 touchdowns in the first half alone. What a night for Cholla. The boys from Cochise County, as well as Douglas running back Emiliano Bertelli, will also take it to the house. In the end, the boys from Cochise County hold on in a shootout against the Cholla Chargers. Here's your final score. They end up winning by a touchdown.
All right, the Cienega High Bobcats were at home, and they had a tough task ahead of them, Paul. Millennium High School out of Goodyear has a big and powerful offensive line and a strong backfield as well, and they got off to a fast start. Cienega rocking those orange uniforms tonight. They came together for the defense, but right here it's going to be an excellent play action from Derek Berry. He fools almost everyone and goes into the end zone. That's an early lead for Gilbert Millennium. The anchor for the Cienega offense is running back Edgar Garcia. The Tigers have a strong defensive front seven, but Garcia using his power to muster up a few yards there, getting a nice gain. Cienega's offense, though, had trouble complementing those nice runs. Brandon Cherry's pass going to be picked off here by Shade Wilson. He takes it to the house. Millennium gets the win tonight over Cienega. And fresh off of being named the Clipper Automotive Player of the Week, Sabino High School quarterback Cameron Hackworth and the Sabercats headed over to Palo Verde tonight in a matchup of squads who have a combined record of 5 wins and 2 losses. Sabino came in still unbeaten. Could Palo Verde stop Cameron Hackworth, the Berry Hill brothers and company? Well, Sabino looked clean and crisp from the get-go of this game. Titans, they're still trying to find their footing after not playing at all last season. Great sportsmanship is always there at the coin toss. And how about a tough run to start this ball game by Andres Baca? He's absolutely going to bowl over defenders to get into the end zone. How about that one there at the end? Man, and then Baca, again, he is going to leave the defense in his dust. This was a 42-yard run. Sabercats at that point up 2 scores. But there was some good out of this game for the Palo Verde defense. Check out this stop here coming up by Logan Ballard. He is going to put the clamps on the Clipper Automotive Player of the Week, Cameron Hackworth. But Sabino in the end wins this ball game 55-6.
All right, let's move on to the play of the night, and you just saw it a few moments ago, but now we have to simply relive an opening kickoff for the ages. The ball bounces into the end zone. Malachi Ifan from Cholla, he picks it up, and he is going to be gone. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye. Sayonara. That is your Friday Football Fever play of the night. It was back and forth battle for Cholla and Douglas all night. Alex Corrales from Douglas, or even his teammate Emiliano Bertelli, they also broke off play of the night worthy runs in an epic evening on Tucson's West Side. All right, it's that time of the night that we look forward to the least. The third Friday Football Fever of 2022 is now coming to an end, but no worries. If you missed anything, you can see the entire show over and over and over again on KVOA.com or the KVOA YouTube site.
And don't forget, you can also go over to our website to check out all the stories for the U of A football team leading up to Saturday's game against North Dakota State. In addition, former U of A standout Glenn Howe and I will have our Wildcat breakdown coming up for you Sunday night.
Also, David Kelly will have in-depth coverage with the U of A football team all weekend long. And hey, I'll be live tomorrow in our 5:30 p.m. show with a pregame report from the University of Arizona. For David Kelly, I'm Paul Cholla. Have an awesome night, my friends, and thanks again for tuning in, and enjoy the montage of highlights from the high school football sprinkled in with some crazy fans at Arizona Stadium.
Down. Step. 1. Down. 1.